honestly, just not getting it done. Wasn't good enough, flat out, and I think there's some times, I think the first thing you do afterwards is you really kind of look and, what are you asking the guys to do, and then, how you teaching them to do it. And I think there's areas we can always improve on in that. And I think there's areas where guys can be better, and I think they know that too. So I think when you look at it, you're just trying to get better from a full focus. I think the kids see that in us, and that's the approach we take with them. And we're grinding ourselves to put them in the best spots, and we'll keep doing that. So it's a chance just to kind of look at it and see. You got to be better running the ball, obviously, and when you're throwing it, we got to protect them better. And that was across the board. That's from getting the ball out to O-line, blocking it, to tight ends, to running backs, to receivers. It's kind of encompassing. We just got to do a better job.
You mentioned getting the ball out. What can you do as coaches? Obviously, Tom's got to do his part as far as that goes. But what can you do as coaches to help facilitate him getting the ball out quicker?
Yeah, I think it goes all across the board. I think it's sometimes it's just when you're coming out of something, that feel that you have, and for a receiver in it, or a tight end in a route, and so I think that explanation kind of goes across the board. But I think you try to get some things where you got great confidence in it. You know what I mean? You can anticipate it, you can see it, and you can protect it. So I think all those things go hand in hand.
You mentioned the running game. I know the coaches talked the game situation sort of made it tough on Saturday. Are there things you can do to manufacture the running game when it's not working like it was on Saturday?
Yeah, I think there's I think we got to do a better job of taking advantage of the chances that you do have. And I told him, I go, that's part of taking every rep and valuing it. You want the ball, and up front you want to block it and get it done. You got to feel that urgency on that play to make that play work. It's not necessarily going to be something where you just keep coming back again and again and again. And those guys got to understand that. That's why we practice all week, to get it right when the play's called, not the second or third or fourth time you call it.
Did you feel good about, when you did get chances to run the ball, how you guys did on Saturday? Or?
Yeah, you know what, I think we're really inconsistent, really all over the place, you get opportunities, you want to come out of it, had some good runs, had some poor runs, and then at times, you'd like to sustain drives, so you come back to it, and weren't able to do that. So I think all those things kind of go hand in hand.
Are things like a rolling pocket and shorter drops something that might help?
Yeah, absolutely, and there are opportunities in the game where we utilize that, and maybe it's something you continue to look at and continue to work.
Is inexperience part of the dynamic with your guys? At
times, at times it kind of definitely shows up, and there's things that you practice and work through, and then all of a sudden you see it, in a game, and it's like that carryover you wish was a little bit better, and there's nothing like going through it to kind of feel how quick maybe something happens, but you can't use that as an excuse. Those are the guys. We're 5 games in. We got to keep getting better.
Did Virginia Tech do anything differently against Tyler, or their cornerbacks just that good?
I think they're pretty good in the back end. You know what I mean? And I think it goes both ways. They were good in the back end. They were good up front. So they put pressure on us. And times where guys were uncovering, you have pressure, and then there were times where you're protected, and you know what I mean, and maybe you're covered down the field. But I think they're very talented defensively. I thought they were pretty good up front. I think we knew that going in. It wasn't something we shied away from sharing or understanding. But I think we definitely could have been a lot better.
The more games that he has played, do you feel that teams are now, if not game planning around him, at least paying closer attention? They know he's on the field now.
Yeah, absolutely. But you got Devin on the other side, and he's having a great year. I think those two complement each other. So I don't think that necessarily is it. I think that team had a lot of confidence in their back end. You know what I mean? They weren't afraid to press you, and they weren't afraid to man up on the outsides and see if you can handle it, see if you can protect it up.
What do you see from Old Dominion? They've given up a lot of points, the two FBS teams they played this year.
Yeah, early in the year, and then they've gotten on a little roll here with 4 wins, and they're a great program. 20-plus wins in 2 years is pretty good. You know how to win. So I love games like this because I think it really locks the guys in and to how important things are to them. are you going to use this week to flat out kind of clean some things up and get better? And I think we will. You know, I love the approach they've had Monday and today, and we got to keep taking advantage of these times, so that when the time is and you're going, you got to be on. You know, you got to be on and got to be rolling. But Old Dominion does a nice job with their pressures. I think their backers are physical players. You know, they'll challenge us. I mean, it's on the film about handling some things, so I expect them to challenge us with pressures and see if we can protect the times and challenge us with movement in the run game.
Do you have any update on Devin?
I don't. I know Coach has been kind of working through that, and so I'll kind of leave those to him working through it.
How, Isaac came in, looked like he was gonna be the #1 guy. How is he handling not playing as much?
I thought he did a really nice job in the game yesterday at times. I thought he showed some things, and you know, there's nothing clear cut there. I mean, those guys are competing each week for reps, and it's good. I mean, it's a good competition at the position, and I think he's been great. You know, if he's locked in, his effort level's outstanding. There's times where he'd like to be better, and I'd like him to be better, and you know, there were times when he really did a great job in the game, but his approach has been outstanding. So I don't see that as being somebody that isn't kind of in the main kind of our main approach to setting the game plan together.
Kind of a coachable kid, isn't he?
He's a great kid. Yeah, I love working with him. It's a great group. You know, that's the one thing. Like working with these guys, you love working with them. You know, you just keep helping them along the way, and we'll kind of keep scraping and climbing that mountain, and we'll keep climbing and getting better at some things. But love working with them.